Hey guys, it's Justin Goodbread answering this client question of the week. This week's question comes from Julie. And Julie, before I read your question and your statement, I've actually had this exact same question. Mine was about 8, 9, 10 years ago. So here's what she says. Justin, I am a millennial and I love to research my financial options before I make a decision. I Googled retirement calculator. Side note, it's one of the top Googled thing on the internet, retirement calculator. Who knew? Anyways, she says, I picked the calculator on page 1 of Google and began entering my data. I was quickly amazed at the output and decided to check the data with another calculator. The output from the second calculator was drastically different than the first calculator to the tune of 7 figures. I've been there. I decided to check a third calculator and received a totally different output. How am I to gauge where I am in my financial life if all the tools provide different output? I mean, it's just math, right? And she puts big bold letters, help. Hey Julie, I was there. I've been there. You know, see, a couple of years ago, I was wanting to figure out, hey, where am I gonna be? Where am I at now? Where am I gonna be based on my savings, based on my lifestyle for my retirement? As a CFP, as a certified financial planner, I have some of the industry's top investment calculators. So I occasionally like to look at this. And coincidentally, I discovered the same thing, that I used 3 or 4 or 5 different calculators and none of them had even close to the same answer. This is not an uncommon occurrence. In fact, just this week, whenever I received this question, I read in the June edition of Money a statement. Money magazine put it this way. There were 36 popular tools they analyzed. 25 of them drastically underestimated the value needed for our target nest egg. When you run a calculation for your retirement, there's many things you have to consider. We have to consider our age, how much money we have, how much money we're saving, how healthy we are, the list goes on and on. Those are the simple points. The hard points are this. What's our rate of return? Not from a flat 8% basis, but the market goes +8, -12, +25, -2, -25, +30. The list goes on and on. The market doesn't move on a constant 8%. It moves on an up and down basis on a yearly basis. So that's a dynamic calculation. Many calculators don't do that. So what can you do? Let's get to that. What can you do? Number 1, you want to look for retirement calculators which include some little caveats. So what I look for is marital status. Are you married? How's your health? Many people don't think about it. So a good retirement calculator will say, how's your health? Is it good? Is it average? Is it poor? Because when you get to retirement, you may need more money for health issues. What's your tax status? A good calculator is going to ask you, what's your tax status now? What will your tax status be in the future? So that's number 1. Look for some key data entry points, and that'll help you find a good calculator. Number 2, test several calculators. Once you find that data point that you were looking for, then run it through 3 or 4 calculators, and you'll get the average numbers that you need. Or number 3, hire a pro. We have some of the best tools available in the industry. We know the data points to input to help you get the best or the most likely assumptions you could have. Now, no one has a crystal ball. That's why these calculations projecting the future are so difficult. We don't know how our health is going to be. We don't know what Uncle Sam's going to do on taxes. We don't know what inflation is going to be. We don't know what our return on investment is going to be. And the list goes on and on. But what we do know is the things which we do today will drastically affect our future positively or negatively. And so with that, we can make those assumptions. Julie, I understand where you're at. I hope that gives you some insight. So this is Justin Goodbread answering this client question of the week. Make it a great day.